what's going on, you guys? Welcome. It's ChubbyRay Comics live on a Wednesday afternoon / Wednesday night. Yeah, I was watching Nearman Condition, the reprint poll, but I figured I have to watch the rest later, so I figured I'd go live. How you guys doing? What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? We are here on middle of the week, talking comics, my favorite thing to do. I love talking comics. Makes me happy. Glad to be here. I see Chris says, hope he gets an omnibus entry tonight. Well, I hope you do, Chris. I hope you get in, brother. I hope that somehow the gods of giveaways are with you, but we'll see what happens. He's been on a losing streak lately. Chris hasn't won for a while. Los Master says you could be like me and get drawn for the book on the wrong day. Yep. Wes says, I can't believe Ray's going live. I know, dude. I'd much rather be, I'll be honest, I would love to be watching Nearman Condition. It's the reprint reprint stuff. I'm telling you, when they do the actual Tiger Eyes DC omnibus poll, I'll move the show on that day. I'll move the show before that one was scheduled. I would have moved this show if I'd have known. I didn't catch that it was happening. I didn't find out until last night that it was happening today, which sucked. What's up, Andrew? Hey, buddy. Oh, I see Christina's in. Hitting that like button. Yes, got to hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Harley. Everybody hit that like button. Come on, give it to me. Wes says he's at work. He was just watching Comics and Tortillas streaming too, huh? Jay Rant says Dark Avengers modern era epic is amazing. Isn't it great? I think Dark Avengers should be a freaking omnibus. I love it. Ray doesn't care about Omni reprints because he already has them all. Well, there are some I don't have. I don't have Wonder Woman by Gail Simone. I need Wonder Woman by Gail Simone. And I don't have there's a couple of absolutes I don't have, you know. Christina says, I'm just here to see Ray argue with Siri. How dare you? Don't sound so excited that I'm here. Jeez. It most definitely, yes, absolutely, Jay. It needs an out. Dan says he's not here. Thank you, Dan. Big Daddy's in, says, what's up, everybody? Loved yesterday's roundtable. Just finished the trades that make up the Black Cat Omnibus. Really enjoyed. Isn't it good? I think the Black Cat Omnibus by Jed McKay is one of the greatest omnibuses ever. I loved that omnibus. It was a joy from the first page to the last page. It was all a fantastic joy. Good afternoon to everyone, whatever time it is in your country. Yeah. And I think it's, well, let me see who's in the chat room. Wes lives in Florida, so it's 6 something there. Gracie Patrick lives in Minnesota. Am I right? I think Gracie lives in Minnesota. Christina lives in Illinois. Los Master lives, where does Los Master live? Somewhere. Where does Los live? I think he's only won once. I don't know where Los lives. Todd lives Ohio, maybe? Russell lives in Michigan. Raw lives in Texas. Big Fetty, I don't know where Big Fetty lives. Dan lives in Illinois. Jay Rant lives in Michigan. LP lives in New York. John, I don't know if John's won anything. Harley Zane lives in Missouri. Andrew, don't you live in Australia or somewhere? Don't you live somewhere? Australia, New Zealand, maybe? I don't know why I don't know. Maybe Andrew, maybe I don't know Andrew. I don't know if Andrew's one or not. I'm under the impression he lives in Australia. Chris lives in North Carolina. So I think I know where most of you guys live. I think I got it down. Thrill Hill lives in where does Thrill Hill lives in Tennessee or somewhere like that, right? Don't you live in Tennessee or somewhere like that, Thrill Hill? Did your wife bust you? Well, we don't need to talk about. We're not allowed to talk about that anymore. Oops. None of our international brothers in the chat. Jack Solo says, "Hey everybody, what's up, Jack?" Steve lives in the mattress in his backyard with rats and dirty underwear. Yes, he does. Yeah, I knew it. Andrew was in Australia. I love it. Awesome. Aaron lives in South Carolina. Oh, Big Fetty lives in California. What's up, brother? Jack Solo lives. Where the hell does he live? Piano Wizard lives in Florida. Carl lives in England. I think I got most everybody. Now I take pride in how close I get to people. Tom lives in Rhode Island, so I'm pretty good. I'm learning everybody's locations. Not bad, right? Not bad. Want to talk some comics today? Did you guys hear? Oh my god. I saw it. I saw it in Reddit, in the Omnibus Collectors page of Reddit. I saw that Marvel fired David Gabriel, which is crazy. He is the head of the collected editions for Marvel, and I wonder how that's going to affect us, man. Right? How is that going to affect us? God, that could be trouble for us. Hey, LP, what's up with that stack of omnis on the ground? Okay, that those omnibuses they're off the top shelf of one of my omnibus shelves. We've decided since I've done this room, since I did the whole room, it's now crowded in here. It's crowded again. So what we're going to do is we're going to get different billies. We're going to get thin billies, and we're going to line the outer walls with billies. We're going to line the outer walls with billies. Like see this rack here. This I've got this Calyx shelf filled with omnibuses right here. And then I have this other Calyx. I've got this other Calyx shelf right here. Okay. This is filled. Now, I'm going to take this shelf, all right, and I'm going to move that, and I'm going to put it on top, and I'm going to put it on top of this shelf. So all the books on top will be in that shelf, all right? Sitting on top. And then I'll put books on the very top of that. And I'm going to put the walls behind me. I'm going to line with Thin Billy shelves all the way around the whole room. So I could put all my omnibuses in just this room. That's what I'm thinking. And hopefully have, and then that way, because it drove me nuts. I don't know if you guys saw my Marvel Omnibus video that came out today. In the Marvel Omnibus video, all my X-Men are not together. They're separated by a room. And it's making me crazy. I've got to have all the books together. I can't be going to separate rooms to get books. So we started moving stuff around. So that's why on the floor, if you look, there's omnibuses on the floor, because we started taking down the one shelf already. We started taking it down, and we're going to empty that shelf and put it all in the billies. That's the plan anyway. So there you go. For those, I don't know if anybody's wondering, but it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts to have, different locations. Yep. Yeah. It's just nuts, man. David Gabriel was in collected editions a lot of years and formed a lot of relationships with people like Omar. Since he'd been promoted, it had already gotten worse. Now with him gone, who knows? Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I love Marvel's collected editions. I love them. I hope it's not going to mean anything bad for us, but that's because I'm an optimist. Tom says Disney fired a lot of people. I know. Jesus. Shit. Yeah. They fired 1,000 employees. Holy crap. Ray lives all our hopes and dreams. Oh, that's very nice of you, but I don't think I'm living anybody's hopes and dreams. Yeah. Just to play devil's advocate and possible optimism. All right. Bringing in someone other than David Gabriel could change the collected editions approach. That could be for the better with stock of reprints. Maybe let's hope so. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope so. I didn't know David Gabriel. I've heard nothing but good things about him, but I certainly did not know him. By the way, I just got done working out, so I'm wearing my Adidas workout pants. So please forgive my bare legs being on cam. Those shells are really appealing to my eyes. Thank you, Jay Rand. Yeah, I like the Calyx shells, but I'd like to be able to keep all of my omnibuses in one area. You know what I mean? And right now it's crazy. This room there's another one of these shelves. There's another one of these shelves, and there's a shelf right there. So I got 3 Calyx in this room. So it would be better to line the walls with Billies, I think. But I hadn't seen a Thin Billy, but then somebody put them up in the Discord. Who was it that put them up in Discord? Somebody put them up in Discord, and it got me thinking. I'm like, those look really good. And I was like, that's what I gotta get. You know what I mean? I gotta get those. So, and that was I think it was in the collections. Oh, it was Hassam. Hassama got skinny Billies or Thin Billies. And I thought, man, those look great. Look at these. So I'm going to get those and I'm going to line my walls with these, right? and then I could put omnibuses in them. So that's the plan. That's the plan, is to get Skinny Billies, because I saw them on the Discord. Which that's why everyone should be on the Discord. Everybody should get there. If it gets too tight in there, you can send a shelf to me. I have shelves in other rooms, but I'm trying to save shelf space, because I know one day I'll need it, One day I'll need it. You're going to need a sliding ladder on wheels. Oh, I'd like to win the lottery just so I can get a bigger place. Just a bigger place where I can. Holy crap! Maybe over. I'll tell you what. Marvel would be. In all honesty, I know David Gabriel is Omar's friend, but I'll be honest with you. If Marvel were to hire Omar, I think that could be the best thing that could happen. I don't know if that's anything that he has even thought about or they have thought about, but I think he'd be a great hire for them. I really, really do think so. I think he'd be a great hire. Ray, you might need higher ceilings. You're right. Yeah, I need a bigger place. I need a bigger house. Library is always a work in progress. You're right, buddy. Let's see the busted Daredevil omnibus. I'll grab it in a second. Because Chester's in the way. So he's sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. Was that Spider-Man omnibus on the ground? Well, what is it on the ground? What is that? It's just the stuff. It's the stuff off of that shelf. So I think that's yeses. I think it's Spider-Man, Ben Reilly, Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, and Thor. Yeah, that's the S. That's the middle of my S's. Star Wars, Spider-Geddon, Star Wars by Jason Aaron, Star Wars by Kieran Gillen, Dr. Aphra, the three omnibuses, and then Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, Star Wars Crimson Reign, and then we have the Thors, Mighty Thor, and Thor. And then we have Spider-Man by Ben Reilly is also on that shelf too. So that's on the floor. So that's the part of the shelf that got moved. But there's also omnibuses on. There's another shelf back there too that just got filled with omnibuses that as against the wall. Aaron says, Piano Wizard always wanted a huge library with high ceiling and rolling ladders. I think I'm too lazy for rolling ladders, but oh well. Ray, did you see new Lego Batman game is going to have absolute Batman and Catwoman as costumes you can use? Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. Oh, they're talking about the Clayface movie. I think it's going to be good. Reading Department of Truth. It's kind of like X-Files, isn't it? It's got an X-Files vibe. By the way, Federico says Scooby Apocalypse was great. I had a lot of fun and I read it over Christmas days off in a couple of days. I don't have Scooby Apocalypse. I don't have it. Just wait till ChatGPT is one. Oh man, I don't even want to think about AI running stuff. Oh God. Federico says, hello, Ray, and everyone. Congrats on a great show yesterday. Jess is great, guys. I love Jess so much. He was a joy. He was just a joy to have. But whenever I'm with Jess, it's just like when I'll do his show. Just OmniDog's Vault does shows. He does a couple shows a week, at least 2 shows a week. But whenever I'm on his show, I always have fun. So I knew it was going to be fun. But I also just wanted to interview him a little bit. And he was a really good interview. David Gabriel was a credit to the community. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Snake. Solid snake. You're right, brother. Yeah. David Gabriel. I don't know him. I have no idea, but I know that Omar knew him, and Omar only said good things about him. So, yeah. That's I just think it's sad. I don't like anybody getting fired. I hate when people get fired, especially when they're fired for just, for cost cutting bullshit. It means, I mean, come on. Very cheap graphic novels listed copies of Soul's Vader Omni for only 100, and they sold out immediately. Oh shit! Are you serious? Damn it! I just bought Soul's Darth Vader. Just bought it. I got it for 100 and some odd bucks. There's speculation. LP says speculation is the mouse is looking to replace the devastated FX department with AI. This is the dumbest move ever. Those guys can't stop snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, I'll tell you, you're right. If that's true, it's, Batman Road to No Man's Land is Road to No Man's Land is great. Road to No Man's Land is, that's the earthquake. The Road to No Man's Land omnibus. This is the earthquake. And this could have easily been 2 omnibuses, but they put it in one. But this is the earthquake that, that basically shatters Gotham City. No Man's Land is because of the earthquake, and Road to No Man's Land is where you get all that. So I'll be, Osirian, you know what, buddy? I agree with you. I think Road to No Man's Land. Well, I like No Man's Land because of a lot of reasons, but I love the earthquake was great, because No Man's Land happened because of the earthquake. But No Man's Land introduces Cassandra Cain. It builds the Batman family. It's so good. It's such a great. I think it's a great series. I like Road to No Man's Land and No Man's Land 1 and 2 more than I like Nightfall. And I like Nightfall, but I think Road to No Man's Land and No Man's Land are the better trilogy, in my opinion. Jess is awesome, man. He's great. I love Jess. He's such a quality person, and I'm very glad to call him a friend. He really is. And he was talking yesterday about how, he's there for me. Listen, he's been there for me, and I love him to death. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. Let's see. There's an audio drama to No Man's Land. I found it on YouTube. It's it's awesome. I didn't know that. Alan Aruba says, remember, hit that like button, everybody. Yes. You're right, Alan. Thanks, buddy. Ray, do you ever use vinyl covers on any of your books? I'm considering getting some, but wasn't sure who to buy them from. I have one vinyl cover over Daredevil Volume 1. I have a vinyl cover. If you see it looks like my Daredevil vinyl one is still sealed. That's because I have a cover over it. But it's very open and has been read. But that's with a vinyl cover. That's the only one I have, and I like it. But I don't know where to get them. Where do you finish bad stories that are a chore to get through? Where do you stop and say I can't continue and go? I did JC. I did Punisher, Rick Remender, and I got to that Frankencastle BS, and I gave it like 5 comic issues in, and then I said no, I'm done. Then I was just done. I tried to get past it, and I just kept seeing the same stuff, and I was done. So yeah, there are times I will stop. I stopped reading that, but I think that's the only one I stopped. That might be the only one that I stopped. Also, I've heard literally one person mentioning replacing the editorial staff with AI. I seriously doubt anyone in the comic book industry. No. Yeah, I would think that's crazy. Yeah, David Gabriel got fired. I think we were just talking about that, and I think it's terrible. But I hope it's. I mean, I tend to be optimist, so I'm hoping it's not going to affect our collected editions too much. Snake says, I don't know why I've hesitated to buy No Man's Land. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Batman, I'm not sure that Batman No Man's Land, I've said this before, I'm not sure it isn't the best Batman. I honestly love No Man's Land. No Man's Land, Road to No Man's Land is great. This is a great omnibus. The Nightfall's great. Don't get me wrong. The Loeb and Sale book is awesome. Nightfall are really good, but Road to No Man's Land is great. No Man's Land 1 is awesome. No Man's Land 2 is incredible. Murderer Turned Fugitive is fantastic. You can't go wrong with Batman. Batman Hush, amazing. Batman Under the Red Hood Deluxe Edition. I just did a video about how this needs an omnibus, but to be honest, it really doesn't. I mean, this is like a small omnibus. It really is like a small omnibus. How many pages is it? Let me see if there's page count. It is Batman Under the Red Hood is it's 526 pages is Under the Red Hood. So that's a small omnibus. So you really don't, as much as I talk about it needing to be honest, it really doesn't. The deluxe edition, if you can get Batman Under the Red Hood Deluxe Edition, this is where it belongs. It is great. Batman War Games is awesome. I'm not sure. I'll take a poll if anybody thinks there is one, but I'm not sure Batman has made a bad omnibus. I don't think Batman has ever had a bad omnibus. I think it is the most consistently great collection. Am I wrong? Somebody let me know. If there's a bad one, let me know. I mean, I have no interest in the Batman Elseworlds omnibus, but I understand people that have interest in it, and I still don't think it's bad. I still don't find anything wrong with it. Are there any bad omnibuses for Batman? I think it's the best collection. Snake says Punisher by Jason Aaron is good. Awesome. J Rand says, oh my God, Punisher Remender is bad. Oh, here's the deal, J Rand. Punisher by Rick Remender starts great. I think this is why I got so mad at it. Okay. And some people love it. It's just, for me, it wasn't up to my, it wasn't to my level. But Punisher by Rick Remender starts fantastic because it takes place during the Dark Reign era of Marvel. So that's the first arc. The first story arc is Punisher versus Norman Osborn and Sentry. It's really, really good. The first arc is sensational. I really liked the first arc. And then a few arcs in, it turns into this ridiculous thing where Frank Castle is killed and cut up into pieces, and then somebody puts him back together and animates him. He becomes a Frankenstein monster. And it's insane. And I'm able to suspend disbelief and believe that, a man got the powers of a spider. I'm pretty good at the suspension of disbelief. I'm pretty good with it. But I couldn't get into the Frankencastle. It was just too dumb for me. So you might love it. There's some cool stuff that goes on during it, but it wasn't for me. It was not for ChubbyRay, I'll tell you that. Snyder, Batman. Yeah, Snyder's volume 1 and 2. Snyder volume 1 and 2, great. Tom King's Batman, I think, is great. I can't wait for volume 2 of that. Great. James Tynion's Batman, I think, is the best of all. I love James Tynion's Batman. And I'm looking forward to Zdarsky's Batman. I don't think there's a bad Batman. Grant Morrison's Batman is good. The Detective Comics Batman's great. I love it. I love how I like how the enemy in Batman No Man's Land is the environment. Yeah, it's the environment and the government. Road to No Man's Land is definitely the environment, but the second half is the government and evil in Gotham. Spoiler-free thoughts on The Man Who Laughs. Joker trade paperback. Just grabbed it today, waiting on the Azrael hardcover in the next couple of days too. That's awesome, Alan. Awesome, buddy. Jay Rant says part 1 of Snyder's great. Yeah, part 2 is not as good as part 1. That's absolutely true. Just because I'm not a fan of the Gordon stuff, but it's not horrible. Thoughts on Bruce Wayne Murderer? Oh, I love it. I love Bruce Wayne Murderer turned. It's great. Here's why I loved it. I love Bruce Wayne Murderer turned fugitive because, number one, it leads into Infinite Crisis, or it leads into all the OMAC stuff and Infinite Crisis. Okay, for starters. It's also who the villain is really something. I was not expecting the villain. That was a shock to me. I won't give spoilers. And I love the drama between the Bat family, and it shows how damaged Bruce Wayne is. Bruce Wayne is so trauma affected, from when he's been young until now, that he really, whenever new trauma comes into his life, he just wants to separate himself from people. And I just find that whole dichotomy. I just find that I find that part of his personality always interesting. And I like to read it because he almost gets mad at the Bat family trying to do things for him. And you really see it. You see it in Bruce Wayne Murderer turned fugitive. And you also see it in Batman Officer Down, which if you guys have read Officer Down, which is a great story. Officer Down is from it would be right before No Man's Land. It's where Jim Gordon gets shot. And it's another thing where trauma hits Bruce Wayne and he separates from his family. But that and Murderer turned fugitive are the two cases of it. I just think it's great. It's good storytelling. But I love Murderer turned fugitive. I thought it was fantastic. Credible says nothing bad, just Batman. Thanks, Credible. Wesley says, I hate war games, but I know you. Oh, Wes, how do you hate it? I love it. I think war games has the best beginning of any. The beginning of war games is fantastic, man. I love it. It's great. By the way, Tom says today's show is fueled by crooksandbanditscomics.com. Drop ChubbyRay Comics and carve $2 off every single book, every order. No survivors. And I just I was texting with Adam today, guys. By the way, Adam's got Uncanny X-Men. He's got the Kieran Gillen Uncanny X-Men up for a great price at Crooks and Bandits Comics. As well as Road to Rebirth. He's got Flash Road to Rebirth. Great prices. Get the Crooks and Bandits Comics for this week's omnibuses. Plus, he's got Black Widow, Widowmaker. He's got some good stuff up this week. Chewy says Tom King Volume 3 Batman Omni should be awful. Are they going to do a Volume 3? Oh, my God. I don't know if that's a... Omni Hoarder says he wants Elseworld, but cover price is too much. Yeah, well, get it from Crooks and Bandits or one of the other. It'll be cheaper. It's not the $175 there. LP says finally pulled the trigger on the Book of Doom Omni. I'm wondering if I'll actually read it before July. Good for you, brother. How much was that? Good Lord. I wish we would have this Remender conversation 5 days ago. Yeah, Remender is great, but it gets the Frankencastle. You might, maybe you'll like it. Maybe you'll like it. You will like the beginning. Trust me, you will love the beginning of the omnibus. I loved the first third of the Remender Punisher, but I think that's what made me mad is the fact I loved the first part of Remender of Punisher so much because it's Punisher getting away from Norman Osborn, and it's very cool. But when it gets bad, it gets real bad real quick, and just Remender weirdness. And I love Rick Remender, but my God, his books get weird, man. They really do. JC says, what is Frankencastle? It is when the Punisher gets chopped up. He gets chopped up. Then they take him and they stitch his body together. And with mystical powers, they reanimate him. You know. And it wasn't for me. It was a take. It was a take on Frankenstein with Punisher as Frankenstein, and they called it Frankencastle. I have Snyder 1 and 2, but I haven't read them yet. I need to get my hands on some Grant Morrison Batman. Grant Morrison Batman's a lot of fun, man. But Morrison, Grant Morrison's got that he's got that weirdness about him, But you got to get, if you get past Grant Morrison's weirdness, you get some great stuff. Yeah, and Alan Aruba says, Jay Rant, you might really enjoy the Remender on this. Yeah, don't rule it out, brother. Don't rule it out just because I said that. That's just my comics is objective. You guys all know, you all know this. Like Wes usually thinks just like me, but he just said he didn't like war games. I love war games. So comics, that's the funnest thing about comics. Like, for example, Wes and Lacanema are two great. They're great guys, but they get in that Discord and they are constantly back and forth because they like different things. I'm telling you, that's just how comics are. That's one of the best things about comics is the differing opinions. But I love it. I love when I get to say, how dare you? Like, how dare you? That brings me joy. Thunder, what's up, brother? Snake hitting it on the head. Detective Comics by Ron V should be good. Yeah, I agree. 100% I agree with that. I love the paperbacks, but I've told myself, all right. I told myself that I'm going to give away all of my Rom V paperbacks when I get the omnibus. Let's see if I do. Because I have trouble giving up things. Like I have all my James Tynion. I have the James Tynion paperbacks. Plus I have the James Tynion hardcovers. I really have a sickness. And I have the Chip Zdarsky paperbacks and hardcovers. I don't, and I'll get the omnibus. I don't need them, but I have a sickness. Oh, well. Galandowski's in. What's going on, Galandowski? LP says, besides comics, Madden, NBA 2026, and whatever she tells me to do. My only joys are, comics. And LP, I have limited myself. to MLB The Show. I love MLB The Show. MLB The Show 26 and comics. That's all I have. I don't buy any more video games. I'm not buying them. I might buy, if they come out with another Uncharted, I might buy it. But nope, MLB 26. I get MLB every year in comics. That's it. What's up, Goomba? Are you one of our rigged winners caught red-handed by fate itself? Email Ray at chubbyraycomics@gmail.com with your real name, address, so he can ship you your rigged loot. I had this conversation with Lacanema. Guys, here's what I'm going to do. We have so many winners that are not getting me their address. I'm waiting a week, then I'm going to start giving things away. I'll start giving stuff out again. However, I am thinking, Lacanema set up a Discord page where I'm going to put all the winners. I'll put the winners on Discord to where if you think you might have won, go to the Discord and see if your name's on there. So I'm going to start filling that out. I've got to get all the books lined up. I'm going to do, on the Discord page, I'm going to put all the names of the winners. And then on Patreon, I'm going to do a video where I name all the winners who haven't got me their emails yet. So you'll be able to go to Discord and Patreon to see, who's won and who hasn't, or if you've won. And that way you make sure to get me your address. For the people who've won before, they know what to do. It's for the people who win the first time. Those are the ones that, forget to get hold of me. So I've got this Discord. I'm going to start filling out the Discord after every show. I will fill out the Discord, and I'll fill out the Discord, get the names on there, and then I'll start doing a video once a week of all the winners who haven't sent me their addresses yet. So I want to get these books to the rightful, winners. Ray, I just ordered Batman and Robin by Tomasi. It's good. Yeah, I haven't read all of it, but it's good. Raul, it's very good. You'll like it, buddy. Where is it? I think it's on the other side. It's on the other side. I can't reach it. Here we go. Wes says Officer Down is after No Man's Land, but before Murderer Turned Fugitive. Thank you, Wes. I want to make sure that's in proper order. Hold on, let me switch that order. Where's Face the Face go? Face the Face is before No Man's Land, right? Or no, Face the Face is after No Man's Land because it's after Murderer Turned Fugitive because it's right after Infinite Crisis, right? So let me get these books in proper order. All right, Officer Down and Face the Face. Let me move them to post. I got to get them moved to after No Man's Land. Awesome. Thank you. So it's Officer Down, and then Face to Face is after Officer Down. Thank you, Wes. Hey, Ray, hope all is well. What are your top 5 event omnis from Marvel or DC? All right, here we go. Event omnibuses. Well, event omnibuses for DC are pretty easy because there's only a few of them. Event omnibuses, Infinite Crisis, number 1. I love Infinite Crisis. Number 2's got to be 0 Hour. Love 0 Hour. Number 3, Flashpoint. Number 4, Blackest Night. And then 5, because they don't have a lot of event omnibuses, right? 5 would be, well, like I would say 52, but 52 is sort of the after part of or it's the afterthought of Infinite Crisis. I think that's my event. Infinite Crisis, 0 Hour. Infinite Crisis, 0 Hour, Flashpoint, Blackest Night. All but one of those is by Jeff Johns, by the way. Marvel events, oh man. Probably Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet, Age of Apocalypse is good. Onslaught. Avengers X-Men Onslaught, it's really good. Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion might be number 1. The Secret Invasion omnibus. Secret Invasion omnibus is pretty good. This might be number 1 right here for Marvel. I love that one. Because there's no Civil War omnibus. You know what I mean? I do like, I'll tell you what, I like Gangmore. I surprisingly liked Gangmore a lot, which shocked me. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I don't like how Marvel they don't do it chronologically. They'll do like the event first and they do everything that ties in afterwards. I don't like the way Marvel maps big events. They need to map them better. So I'm not as big a fan of Marvel event books. But I go Secret Invasion 1, Infinity Gauntlet 2. I said I like Gang War. I'll put Gang War 3. Avengers, X-Men Onslaught. That would be my 4 there, I think. Yeah. Wes says, I find the treatment of Stephanie Brown in War Games borderline misogynistic. And there's a lot of things done for shock value. Now, from I thought, I got to be honest, I thought Stephanie Brown's death was more about Batman versus Leslie than it was Batman versus Stephanie. At least that's my opinion. But I don't want to give any spoilers, but, you know. Don't want to give any spoilers. By the way, if anybody ever plays MLB The Show 26, let me know. Because I have a goal of I would love to form a ChubbyRay Comics League in MLB The Show. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people don't love baseball, but if you love baseball, we really need to form an MLB The Show League. And Steve would play, and Steve's terrible. Everybody can win. Everybody got to win with Steve. JC says, love the 4-issue Joe Garrison Punisher, but the majority hated it because he wasn't Frank. Yeah, people love Frank. It's hard to. The only person I've seen take over a role with and had success was Danny Ketch, right? Ben Reilly got a lot of heat when he took over for Peter Parker. I love Ben Reilly, though. Denny Ketch took over for Johnny in Ghost Rider, and he had somewhat success. But Marvel, I can't, man. Who am I missing? I mean, Clea took over Doctor Strange for a little bit. She had somewhat success. Bucky took over for Steve and Captain America. He had a little bit of a success, but everybody knew that they were coming back. You know? Just finished Batman Dark Patterns. You were right on the money. Yes. Chris, wasn't it fantastic? I loved it. I loved it. I'm such a fan of that book. Batman Dark Patterns was a joy. I think that's going to be our first I think it's going to be our first book club as Batman Dark Patterns. As soon as Wes gets it, because Wes hasn't gotten it yet. Once Wes gets it, I think that's going to be our first ChubbyRay book club. I think, guys, that's where I'm leaning. That's where I'm leaning. Dark Patterns is fantastic. I'll take the Ron V paperbacks because I don't have any collected editions. Still trying to find a good place to buy comics at a decent price. Well, if I give them away, I'm going to do I'll give them away with, members and random, like we do. I'll do it the way I do every giveaway. Ray, he says, you kids, keep the trade paperbacks if you want to give them away. Yeah, no, I'll give them away on the show, JC. I'll give them away on the show. Love it. That's what I do. So I'm not so sure I'm going to like the Zdarsky Omni from my 4 single issues. John, I didn't like early on Zdarsky Batman. I didn't like Failsafe as much as I should have. But I got to tell you, Batman falling from the moon to Earth is really cool. That was really something. But I'm not a fan of Zur-En-Arrh. Not a fan. But I'm going to get the omnibus. I get every Batman omnibus. Come on. I'm weak. I'm undisciplined. I have a weakness. I'll buy it. I will buy it. LP says, Ray, I love MLB, but running a proper season is so time consuming. I'm barely able to cope with Call of Duty. But a full baseball, well, you don't have to do a full baseball season. If you get into a league, you can set a league for, everybody's in a league plays each other like 3 times. You can play each other 3 times or 5 times or whatever. You have choices. So, and if you do online leagues, it's better than playing a whole season. Like I'll play a whole season against the computer, but in my league games, I only get in 3 or 5 games against everybody. And it is fun. I mean, I have a blast playing MLB The Show. Is there any big collection of old Creature Commandos from Weird War Tales? I found a paperback when the show was coming. The only other stuff I find is Frankenstein, Agents of Shade. No, I don't. I have no clue about. I don't have any Creature Commandos, anything. I don't. I wish I knew more. I imagine. Why wouldn't DC Finest have some of that stuff? By the way, I love DC Finest. Super Sons is needed, and so is Superman Omnibus. I love the Superman, the new Krypton saga. Dude, I'll tell you, the new Krypton saga I think that's the best omnibus I've read this year. We're only a few months in. But if I were to do my best omnibuses of 26, I think Superman Krypton saga would be it. I really, Really enjoyed that. Jay says, I didn't think Ray played video games. No, the one video game I play is MLB The Show. I love that video game. Face to Face is the first post-Infinite Crisis Batman story. It's after Under the Red Hood and before all the Morrison and Dini stuff. Thank you, Wes. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. By the way, Face to Face, I love Face to Face. It's an amazing story. Jack says, if we've won before and given the address, yeah, email me every time because I'm lazy. And then I don't have to go back and because I forget everybody's real names. So the best thing to do is if you win, put whatever your chat room name is or whatever your member name is in your, say like Jack Solo contest or something like that. And then that way, if I have to go back and look for you, I check Jack Solo. Because I know that more than your real name. Carl says, was this kind of just before he kind of canceled by Marvel for, are you talking about Punisher? Oh yeah, Wes, you're right. Forever Evil does have an omnibus, and so does the Dark Side War. Yep. Both, I got to put both those up. I love those omnibuses, especially Dark Side War. I'll read the Dark Side War omnibus instead of just reading Justice League New 52, Volume 2. I'll read the Dark Side War omnibus because I have it. And I'm a lunatic like that. Oh, my God. I love Forever Evil. Let's see. I do not care for... You don't like the Secret Invasion storyline? Oh, I love it. Oh, my God. Eric says, that's why I only have Avengers versus X-Men Omnibus as my only event omnibus. I hate how they... Yeah, the way they map their omnis is so depressing because they do everything else so good. But yet they map their omnibuses so terribly. That's my number one complaint about Marvel. That's my number one complaint is how they map their omnibuses. I think it's insulting. The way that Marvel maps their event books is insulting. I read Absolute Carnage. That was my first Marvel event book that I read. I read it and it was like, what the hell? And it was insulting. But I rethink my Marvel event books. House of M. House of M is really good. I put House of M near the top. Secret Invasion, House of M2. Goomba guy says Stephanie Brown dies. I am not giving any spoilers, Goomba. Gallandowski says he's down to get the game. Gallandowski, you know, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game. I know some aren't a fan, but for me, it's always the original Secret Wars. I've said it before. I'll always sing its praises. It's some of my first early single issue buys. I love it. I have the original Secret Wars in paperback. I don't have it in. Isn't there an original Secret Wars omnibus somewhere? I think that's way out of print. And I couldn't imagine what that's going for if it exists. But I'll tell you one of the best mapped. Oh, Kamala Khan. I've always thought of Kamala Khan as her own hero, but I guess technically she did take over the role of Captain Marvel. But I've always thought of her as her own thing. The best mapped omnibus is Infinite Crisis. Infinite Crisis is mapped perfectly. It's DC, my God. But 0 Hour is mapped really good too. The way they're mapping, have you guys read any of the DC Finest? DC Finest has 0 Hour, Volume 1 and 2, and now they have Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they're going to have 3 volumes of Crisis. Let's see. Volume 1 already came out. Volume 2 and 3 are coming out later this year for DC Finest. I think DC Finest is mapping events perfectly, man. It's been a blast. And the way they're now mapping these compendiums, they took Green Lantern, Volume 1, which is one of the greatest omnibuses on its own ever made. They mapped it better and did it in the Green Lantern compendium. It's amazing. What DC's doing now, they're on fire. They're doing everything correct. What they're doing is amazing. They should be so proud of themselves, man. Love it. JC loves Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly's a lot of fun, man. The Beyond, Spider-Man Beyond's a good omnibus. What's up, DP? Wes says he got his dark patterns, but he's just not home to get. He's not. So it'll be there when you get home, Wes. Did it get delivered today or something? Proton's in, guys. Say hi to Proton. What's up? I'm really enjoying the Zeb Wells Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. What's your favorite book you're reading right now? I'm reading Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen. I started it last night, and I like it. I like it a lot. I've read nothing from that era. This is the whole Utopia era. I haven't read any X-Men from there. So I'm really enjoying it. This is before Krakoa. So I like it so far, man. But Uncanny X-Men, Kieran Gillen, very good. Zeb Wells, Spider-Man. I've got Zeb Wells. It's right here. And I'm waiting. But when I get Zeb Wells Volume 2, then I'll crack open Volume 1. But I need to crack open Brand New Day Volume 3, which is going to be right here. And I'm hoping the Big Time's going to come out too. So I'm trying to read Spider-Man chronologically. Ray, I'm looking forward to starting Space Ghost Volume 2. Just finished Spider-Man Birth of Venom. So much fun. DP, I just got Space Ghost Volume 2. You'll see it in my next haul video. Carl says, am I right in thinking that Patterns is set around? Yeah, it's right around year 2, year 3. That's what I think, Carl. They don't give a definitive time frame, but that's, in my mind, that's where it was. It's before. I think this happens. I think it happens right before Batman gets Robin. I think. What is Birth of Venom? Birth of Venom is when. That's when what's his name? Eddie Brock becomes Venom, right? Right? The only paperback, the only Creature Commandos collection, he says he thinks it is going to be in the War DC Finest eventually. Well, that'd be cool. Good answer, Wes. Wes is good at answering that stuff. What do you think about the future of Marvel? Man, I don't know. The David Gabriel thing is depressing. I keep my fingers crossed. I'm an optimist, guys. I'm an eternal optimist. I am an eternal optimist. Marvel. I know that Marvel was really pissed off about fanaticals and ollies and stuff, like people selling omnibuses cheap. I know that made them angry. I know that made them angry. However, I can't see Marvel giving up on collected editions. That to me is just, that's mind-blowing to me. That's mind-blowing to me. You know, I just think that there's, I mean, they're selling out. Everything that gets released is selling out. Starts with Secret Wars issue 8 of how Spidey got the suit. Yeah. Wes be bragging. Oh, Wes is bragging about how many times he's won. Yep. Wes always be bragging. But I like Wes answers a lot of stuff that I don't. Wes is pretty smart. Ray, in your roundtable chat with OmniDog yesterday, you said you did a radio show locally, but you weren't retired. So do you do the radio show locally? Yeah. I do a show online every day. I used to do a show for actual companies, and I was syndicated and all that stuff. But then I was doing a show locally on a radio station, and I had to deal with the FCC, and there's a bunch of radio's a bunch of bullshit. And by the way, radio used to really be something. Radio used to really be cool to work on and be on, but times have changed, man. The internet has changed things. And for some reason, radio didn't want to catch on. So I looked at it. I said, well, I can work for this radio station, have to work for them, listen to them bitch and complain. Like they would come in and they'd have meetings. You got to talk politics. You got to talk politics. I'm like, I don't want to talk politics. They said, you got to talk politics. I say, no. And for me, it became a decision where I was like, you know what? I'm sick of it. So I'm like, let me start doing a show from my house. And I'll see if I can just get advertisers. And I looked at, I didn't have I have no overhead. All I have to pay for is, my internet, which cost me, a couple $100 a month to get internet fast enough, for me to stream to my radio audience. So I do that. And then I have Patreon. So the subscribers pay to listen and advertisers pay to be on it. And when there's no overhead, I don't have to pay anybody. I don't have to pay. I don't have the FCC. If a swear word, of course there's swear words. I have Steve as a guest. Or Steve's a co-host that he swears all the time. God forbid he go one show without dropping an MF. But because I don't have any rules to follow is nice. The advertiser money comes all to me, which is great. I have great co-hosts that are just funny and they're great people. So that's all I do. I do that in the morning now. I do 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday. And then I do a night show on Thursdays. So I do shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday mornings. I do one show on Thursday evening. And it's all comedy based. I don't have to talk politics. Thank God. I don't have to talk about any of that bullshit. All I talk about is I just tell dick jokes. That's all it is, So that's all it is. And then I do this show at night. I love this show. And I'm sorry. I know this show probably gets boring sometimes, but I just love this show. I really enjoy talking comic books and just being myself. I really get enjoyment from it. I mean, I wish I had it in me to do, focused conversations every night, but I just don't. I just like answering questions and BSing with you guys. I find it very fun. By the way, Todd says there's a small trade for Creature Commandos at the beginning of the series. That's cool. I didn't know that. One day someone will actually win shit, and Ray will howl with laughter. Ray will howl with laughter when it gets mailed off. I would love to give that away. Goomba Guy says, no, that was a spoiler for me. Oh. I'm not saying that it happened, Goomba Guy. I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying that I will not confirm or deny such rumors. Marvel Trucker Chris says they need Crisis. You're right. Marvel needs I've said this before. Marvel should hire Crisis. Crisis should be hired by Marvel. You know, they should just pay Crisis. Crisis lives in New Zealand. But just pay Crisis to map your books. Crisis could work from home. Let Crisis do the mapping. The event omnibuses would be perfect if Crisis mapped them. I'll tell you that right now. Ray, do you prefer your comics with realistic art like Kingdom Come style more than comic book cartoon style art? I prefer the more cartoony comic style art. Here's the art that I prefer. Open up Justice League Origin, by Jim Lee. Open that up and look at the art. Open up Batman Hush. Look at the art. That's the art I prefer. Jim Lee. I prefer Jim Lee. I love Todd McFarlane. I love Mark Bagley. There are a bunch of artists but that's the style I like. And don't get me wrong, I like Alex Ross too, but I like Jim Lee more than Alex Ross. And I am not afraid to admit that. Not at all. Not afraid at all to admit that. Ray, yes, I was talking about Punisher. Was Frankencastle one of the last bad stories before he got canceled until recently? I'm kind of intrigued to see how bad. The thing with Rick Remender's Punisher omnibus, the thing that is so frustrating, and I want to stress this. The thing that is so frustrating about it is that the beginning of the book is so freaking good. Hold on, let me get it. I want to grab it to show you guys. All right, let's see here. Where is Punisher by Remender? Also, let me grab it here. Okay, hold on. By the way, I did not show my ass when I got up that time, thank God. All right, here's what's so frustrating, Carl. This is what's frustrating. The beginning of the book of Remender's Punisher is so freaking good. It's Punisher trying to take out Norman Osborn, all right? He's trying to take out Norman Osborn, and he ends up fighting the Sentry. And the first story is so good. It's just fantastic. It's Punisher basically fighting the Dark Avengers. It is insane. It's nuts. And it's during the Dark Reign era. And it's really good. It's Punisher taking on all of the Dark Avengers. It's really, and it starts out fantastic. And it's good until, I'm trying to fast forward it. Then it starts getting bad. Let's see, when does it get bad? And then it starts getting bad. That's a good story. That's him and Spider-Man. Punisher and Spider-Man team up there's the annual. Let's see. Then of course there's always a great Punisher Daredevil team up. He's taking on Norman Osborn again. And then it's finally okay, here we go. It's this story. What is this? Which story is this? This is it's Punisher 11. It's issue 11. So this covers Punisher's issue 1 through 16. Issue 11 is when Frankencastle happens. And that's when it goes. So this much of the book, this much is top notch. I mean, this much of the book is some of the best Punisher I've ever read. This much of the book is just lousy. So that gives you an idea of what happens. This much is great. This much is the worst. This is the best Punisher I've ever read. This is the worst. That's what makes this book. The art's great. The art, by the way, the whole thing, art's great. But that's what makes this book so frustrating, is it is so good. And then it gets this Frankencastle bullshit, which is just garbage. And it's so frustrating. Very frustrating. By the way, here is this the Daredevil screwed up? Let me see. Yeah, here it is. It's Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 1. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 1 is what's screwed up. And here's what is screwed up. It fell and some of this and there was a rip. There's a rip in the book. I don't know if you can see the front, but there's a slight rip, or it started getting a little disassembled there because it disassembled, and then I had to tape the book. And here, look, and it split the spine. So that's the only thing wrong with it. That's the only thing wrong with it. But so I got to get it. I got to get a new one because this book is so good. Daredevil Volume 1 by Zdarsky is fantastic. It really is a great book. And it killed me that was the one that fell. I mean, oh my, it just kills me. It kills me. So, and I don't know if that one's out of print or not. Is that one out of print? Is that one out of print, Wes? Because I need to get another copy of that. I need to get another copy of Volume 1. Because the one I got sucks. Because it's ripped. So that's the one I'm thinking of getting rid of. Craziest thing about Secret Wars is it was finishing its run when Crisis on Infinite Earths was starting. One was written to sell toys and comics. The other was meant to break your heart. It is crazy, man. Not watching the DC poll. Dude, I know. It's killing me. It's killing me. But I didn't have Omnibo. If I'd have known about it earlier, I would have moved the show. For example, when Nearman Condition does the Tiger Eyes DC Omnibus poll, I will be moving my show up earlier so I can watch the entire show. Because it's the reprint show, or because it's the reprint poll, and I pretty much have everything. And I pretty much have everything, and I don't need to watch it. I will watch it, but I'll watch it in its entirety when this show's over. And this show was scheduled, which sucks. So, knowing that I didn't have time to change it, I was fine with it. But in the future, I will move my broadcast so that I am not bought, because I am a geek, man. I love to watch Nearman Condition poll shows. Like if Omar asked me to be on one, I would do it because it's Omar. But you guys know, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I take notes. I take notes during those poll shows. I'm such a comic geek. I love it. I love my geekdom. I'm proud of my geekdom. Ray, who's your favorite telepath hero? Jean, gotta be Jean Grey, right? Yeah, probably Jean. Young Jean Grey's cool. I'm not a big Martian Manhunter is cool, but probably Jean Grey. Proton says awesome. I thought Gillen's original run on Uncanny was pretty great. I've never read it before. I've never read anything that happened before Krakoa. So I'm glad that I'm getting to start there. I'm really enjoying it so far. And I can't wait. That happens after Messiah Complex, right? Because I'm going to read Messiah Complex when it comes out later. So, right? I'll read what comes before this when it comes out. By the way, Aaron said he spent the first day at the hospital dealing with doctors he hates that don't listen. He's getting a bunch of blood work and labs done. Sorry to hear about that, brother. Hope your penis is okay, Aaron. He's just dying. The doctors won't do anything to stop it. Sorry to hear that, Aaron. I hope your penis is okay. Fanaticals on eBay is just selling stock that did not sell. It's not their fault. But when Marvel releases Marvel 1961 Omnibus and nobody buys it, what is interested in? I know. I don't know. I know, but Marvel's got us. What happens is people buy the books from Marvel. They buy the books, and then they buy too many, and it becomes overstock. And then it's their secondary dealers that sell the books to Fanaticals. It's Target, it's places like that. Oh, awesome. That makes me happy. Adam just sent me a picture of you guys know that I've been waiting for that. The Speed Racer and Racer X paperbacks. Adam just got them. I love it. Thanks, buddy. That's great. I love it. Can't wait for that. That brings joy for me right there. No, there's a modern epic that came out this week, right? Didn't the Black Widow Widowmaker came out? There's no regular epics that came out, right? By the way, Tom says if you guys want to join the Discord, get into the ChubbyRay Discord. Absolutely. Get into the ChubbyRay Discord. That is a lot of fun, guys. It's a lot of fun. Everybody should be having chats in there. It's awesome. If your mornings need a little spite, a little stink, and a whole lot of HR, would not approve. Call into Ray Lotto's Morning Disaster, Tuesday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tom. You don't have to plug that, but it's nice of you. Sorry to hear you're going through that, Aaron. Let's see. Look at these comments. Stephanie Brown dying is also a spoiler. Well, I'm not confirming or denying spoilers. By the way, Wes says if Marvel wants to hire him, he'll do it. Marvel would be crazy to hire me. I don't know anything. Do not hire me, Marvel. DC can hire me to help their Legion stuff, but I'd call Crisis and have Crisis do the mapping. Wow. Squint says they need to hire Wes. He knows everything. Yeah, they need to hire a lot of people. I don't know what's happening to Marvel Comics. That is crazy. That is nuts, man. Solid Snake says Jim Lee is awesome. Love the art and giant size Hush 2 single issues. They are artists. I know, it's great. I love those. I loved those big editions. What is Hush 2? Well, it's a story that started, but that's all so far. It started last year. Hush 2 started last year. Got a few issues in and then hasn't been back since. I don't know if Jim Lee got behind on the art or what happened, but Hush 2 has still not come out. And who knows when? Who knows when it's going to come out? Yep. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. Jim Lee is always what I picture when I think about comic art. Not saying I don't like a ton of other artists. I like Sam Kesey. I like unique artists, but that's not. But I'd much rather have a Jim Lee style artist than like Mike Allred. I'm not a Mike Allred fan. I understand why people love him, and I think it's great, but it's subjective. But it's just not my cup of tea. You know. Just bought Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1 and Spectacular Spider-Man by J.M. DeMatteis. Awesome, brother. You'll love it. They're both very good. J.M. DeMatteis is very good. Ray, what do you prefer, Dark Patterns or Batman and Robin Year One? Oh, man. Boy. God, I loved both. Okay, that's a really hard question. That's a hard question, DP. That's a hard question. I'm gonna answer as honestly as I can. All right. Dark Patterns or Batman and Robin Year One. Let me. I'm just. They're great. They're both great stories. However, they're both great stories. But the better stories are Dark Patterns. I'm sorry. It's a better. I love Mark Waid, guys. Love Mark Waid. But I think Dark Patterns is just better. They're both incredible. These are Two of the best books that have come out this year. Batman and Robin Year One and Batman Dark. I love them both. Love them both. But it's got to be Dark Patterns. It's got to be Dark Patterns. It's got to be. It's got to be Dark Patterns. They're both fantastic. They really are. I'm just here to share the truth with people. Thank you, LP. Hush is overrated. Honestly, media. How dare you? How dare you, Aaron? Think what you want, buddy. Squint says, "What's your favorite Mark Waid story?" I love Mark Waid. Tower of Babel's amazing. His Justice League stuff, his Legion stuff was awesome. Mark Waid's Legion stuff is great. That stuff's coming out in his Legion stuff is coming out in Omnibus. I can't wait for it. I love his World's Finest stuff that he's doing now is great. His Black Widow stuff with Marvel Comics was awesome. I was such a fan. I just read that omnibus. It blew my mind. His Captain America stuff is really good. I'm talking his first Captain America stuff and the stuff that's in the Black Widow Captain America omnibus are both really good. I love Mark Waid's one of my all-time favorites. His Flash stuff is great. His Justice League stuff is great. He's written, because I'm a Legion fan, I'd have to say his Legion stuff has been my favorite. But the Justice League stuff, very good. Tower of Babel's amazing. I'm a big fan of Mark Waid. Batman and Robin's very good. It's very good. Awesome. Let's see. Federico says, sorry for the typos. He's walking. He's writing as he's walking, and he's got fat thumbs. God bless Federico's fat thumbs. Superman Birthright's pretty great. I have two copies of Superman Birthright. It's the same book, but I have two copies of it. Exactly the same, except here, let me show you. Here's my Mark Waid addiction. All right. I have Superman Birthright, the deluxe edition. All right. And I have Superman Birthright, a deluxe edition this way. So I have a sickness. And it's the same thing, right? It's the same exact thing. I mean, the same thing. What is wrong with me? And these are both $50. These are two $50 books. The same damn thing, guys. The same thing. Same book, just different. They're just different color. They're different covers. God, I have a sickness. Snake is enjoying Hush. Dude. Yeah, I'll show you. Listen, you guys know I don't buy a lot of single issues. I don't buy single issues, but I did buy what did I get? I did buy Hush. I got Batman Hush 2 is the one single issue that I bought. I bought Hush 2 and I bought Batman Deadpool. I got it somewhere. And then I bought a World's Finest. I really like this cover. So, and I don't buy single issues, but I was so ecstatic. I was so ecstatic for Hush 2 that I actually bought a single issue of it. I liked it. Oh, well. Let's see. My Dan Slott She-Hulk fell off the shelf about a week ago. Didn't see and damage, but it's still in the plastic, so I won't know for sure till I start to read it. I need Dan Slott She-Hulk. I don't have it. Chewy says still in. Are you talking about Daredevil? Is it still in stock for me? Because I got to get it. Let me ask Adam. I just text Adam from Crooks and Bandits. I'm going to see if he can get Zdarsky. Oh, well, here we go. That's awesome. I'm trying to get Adam to come on the show to show his collection, guys, Friday. Would you guys be happy with that? By the way, Paolo says, Ray, I got used Batman Nightfall Omni Volume 3 for $30. Jesus Christ, that's awesome. It was listed for $50, but he was cool to use his employee disc to get it down. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Good for you. That's fantastic. Way to go. Patrick says, Mark Waid is my favorite writer. Yeah, I love Mark Waid. Nerd. How dare you, Omnibo? I got the Road to No Man's Land for $10. What? I wanted it 80, but the seller canceled because the jacket had a tear. I said I wanted it. He sold it for 10. Best Omnibuy ever. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. Omni Hoarder says just invested in a tablet to read DC Unlimited. If you can read that, if you could read digital, that's great, buddy. If you could read, that's great. I prefer to own omnibuses. I'm not going to read digital. I'd rather have it. Oh, Adam can order Daredevil Volume 1. That's awesome. Thanks, brother. That's great. That is fantastic. Oh, yes. Gracie Patrick says also Jeff Johns, Mark Waid, two of the goats. Hello, Ray. I took your advice from one of your videos, spent all my birthday money on Jeff Johns Green Lantern Omnis 1, 2, and 3, and Flash Omnibus 1, 2, and 3. Lots of Jeff Johns reading. Dude, that's awesome. Downtown Adam. Love it, buddy. Love it. That is awesome. Did Ray just say he hopes Adam's? I was wanting to give positive vibes for Adam. I was hoping that it wasn't affecting, I didn't want it to affect his marriage. Love it. Jeff Johns is a legend. I think we all agree with that. I think we all agree with Jeff Johns. Come on. DP says, I think Aaron's being serious. So was I. I was being very serious. I'm hoping Aaron's okay. I don't want him to, I was thinking if I'm Aaron, the last thing I'd want to have an injury would be that part of my body. Listen, I broke a finger before. It sucked, but it healed. If I broke my penis, I don't know what I'd do. Alan Aruba says, word is that ChatGPT asks Crisis for information when it comes to... Yes, I think ChatGPT has Crisis GPT. ChatGPT asks Crisis for advice. I agree with that. So I hope you got an excellent deal. More importantly, I hope you enjoy the book. How nice. Look at LP being very nice to people. Look at LP. Ray, what skills can you tell you've taken from radio presenting to your YouTube videos? When I first heard you used to be on radio today. Well, the penis joke with Aaron, that is my radio personality, unfortunately. I try to keep that off this show, but every once in a while it creeps in. So that's what I do. That's what I did on the radio and what I still do. By the way, Chewy says, I absolutely love Dexter. I love Dexter Soy's art. Dexter Soy's art in Nightwing, trade paperback volume 1 is perfect. I think it's perfect. Grace says, how's the Uncanny? I love it. Uncanny X-Men by Kieran Gillen is very good. I just started last night and I already enjoy it. It's very, very good. But we'll see. Let's keep our fingers crossed it stays that way. Let's hope it stays that way. I've heard about how good it is. Sadly, I don't have it and believe it's out of print. Ray, can you open the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3? Is it? Yeah, I think it's still sealed. Yeah, it's still sealed. I could open it, yeah. That's what I'll open today. Hey, Ray, just a friendly reminder. You said you would do a random commenter entry into the Rice Krispie Bowl last night, but never got around to it. So we should get an extra one tonight. Well, I'll decide. I don't know. I'll definitely think about it. Let's see. Superman Birthright, Last Days of Lex Luthor by Mark Waid. Yeah. Mark Waid is very good, guys. What's your Mount Rushmore of comic book writers? Oh, God. All right. Is this all time? Is it all time or current? Because I have to. And if it's best writers right now, best writers all time, man. If I just pick 5 writers overall or 4 writers overall, it would have to be Jeff Johns. Let's see. It would have to be Jeff Johns, Brian Michael Bendis, Jonathan Hickman, oh man. Johns, Bendis, Hickman, all time. Mark Waid, current writers. Would be James Tynion, Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, Jed McKay, oh man. Oh, there's so many more I want to put on there. I love Charles Soule. I love Benjamin Percy. Oh my God. There's so many great writers. I don't know. I'd have to separate Marvel, DC. Current DC writers would be Tynion. Well, Tynion's not writing for DC now. He's writing independent, right? When's the last time he's written for DC? It would be Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, Dan Waters, Tom Taylor. Current DC writers. Current Marvel writers, Jed McKay, Benjamin Percy, Philip Kennedy Johnson, oh man, Chip Zdarsky. There you go. Independent, Jeff Johns, James Tynion, Robert Kirkman. Oh man. And probably Joshua Williamson. His independence is really good. It's been really good. Yeah. Remember, smash that like button. 36 watching, only 26. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Oh, by the way, Thunder Flash. Love it, buddy. Thunder Flash giving $2 super chat. You're the man, Thunder. Look at Thunder Flash. You don't have money to be giving me super chats. You're too young, brother. You are too young to be spending money on. I appreciate it, but you're much too young for that. All right. Thunder Flash wants to know, what should I read to get into Green Lantern? Thunder Flash, I got to tell you. What you should read. Do you like omnibuses, or do you like or do you mind Or do you mind the size of compendiums? Because I'm going to give you so there's no doubt in my mind what you need to read for Green Lantern is what the rest of us have read. Green Lantern by Jeff Johns, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. That's what you should read. All right? However, Thunderflash, I'm going to get something to show you. Hold on, buddy. Give me a second, everybody. Give me a second. Don't complain because I'll be gone, but I'll be back in a minute. All right, here we go. Or you could start with Green Lantern Rebirth Volume 1, the compendium. All right? And then follow that up with Green Lantern, the Sinestro Corps War, Volume 2. These are amazing. It's a lot of Green Lantern, but man, you'll love it. It's all Jeff Johns stuff. So I would say either omnibuses or those compendiums, Thunder. That's what you got to get. You've got to get that, buddy. That's what I would suggest. Green Lantern Omnibus, Volume 1, 2, 3, or Green Lantern Compendiums, Rebirth, and Sinestro Corps War. They're fantastic. But Jeff Johns, Green Lantern, man, you'll love it. Thunder, you will love it. Trust me. Love it. By the way, I want to show you guys. Here's what I got today. And I don't know if you guys will get this, but for those that know, you know. Look what I got today. Iron Man Epic Collection. Wes might know. War Games. Iron Man Epic Collection War Games. That's what I got today. Volume 16. This is John Byrne, John Romita Jr. Oh my God. War Games. I actually got it. I've been wanting this for years and years. Finally got it. Showed up today. How awesome. For those that know, you know. I got it. JD's in. What's up, JD? How you doing, brother? I bought Moon Knight by Lemire and Smallwood complete collection on a whim. Has anyone read that run? I have not. No. I have to read I've got to get to the Jed McKay. People have been telling me about the Jed McKay run. JD says, question for Ray. Did you hear what Lars and Taylor Talks Comics were saying about Legion on Omar's? No. Yeah, I want to do a Legion panel. Oh, God, I'd love it if they did one. I'd love it if they did one. I would demand to be part of it. But even if I'm not, I'd watch it. I would love it. I haven't. No, as soon as I get done with this, I'm watching that. I'm watching the Near Mint Condition stream. I wish I could have watched it live. Damn it. Let's see. We need to build a mini library in each of your rooms, Ray. Yes. You're right. I've got to put all my first issues of one book in one room and all the second issues in a second room. And my triple dips will go into a third room. That's what I got to do. Let's see. Batman and Robin run over by a steamroller, Flatman and Ribbon. Let's see. Crazy Patrick says, I've been working on my Star Wars comic collection lately. I love Star Wars by Jason Aaron, but I got to read the Star Wars by Kieran Gillen. Got to read it. Have a bunch of Star Wars trade paperbacks and several omnibuses. We'll have to check and see what I have. Don't remember all the stuff I got. I love the Star Wars stuff. I need to read a lot more, though. I need to read a lot of it. Goomba Guy says he likes to read digital. See if he likes something before. That makes sense. That makes sense, Goomba. Oh, that's a good idea, Tom. We should. Thank you, Tom. Tom, it's a very good idea. You guys thank Tom. Tom's doing his job. He's reminding me of things that I always lose track of. I lose track of time. I know this comes as a shock, but let's get some people thrown in the Rice Krispies Cup of Death. All right. Let's get some people tossed in here. All right. Who's going in first? This is for the DC versus Marvel Amalgam Age Omnibus from Crooks and Bandits Comics. You guys, Crooks and Bandits Comics. It's where ChubbyRay buys my omnibus, my collected editions. I love it. I got another box coming from Crooks and Bandits. Can't wait. I'm going to start opening all my Crooks and Bandits boxes live on the show. That was a lot of fun wasn't it? Wasn't that fun last time we did it? I'll be doing it live on the show. All right, we're giving this away. The only way to win this, and the drawing is next Monday, is to get inside the Rice Krispies Cup of Death. Here's all the entries. You can be one of them. All right? You can be one of them like this member is going to be right now. All right? Let's see. Turning my head. Jacob Olinger. Jacob Olinger, you are put in to the Rice Krispies Cup of Death, buddy. By the way, here's someone. Chewy Queso. Chewy Queso. I've got some bad news for you, brother. Chewy Queso. I am sad to report. The bad news. The bad news is you didn't win shit. Sorry, Chewy. Sorry, brother. Fingers are crossed for you. All right, let's get Jacob in. I think Jacob lives in Illinois. I think Jacob's an Illinois boy. Doesn't Jacob live somewhat close to me? That'd be awesome if Jacob wins, he lives close enough for me to drive it over to his house. I might be confusing him with somebody else, but I think I think Jacob is. I think he won before, and he lives like 30 minutes away from me. I know Carl lives like 30 minutes away from me. All right, Jacob Oldinger, you're going in. All right, let's do a random. Tom, let's do a random, buddy. All right, let's do a random. 3, 2, 1. Tom, count above 25 and under 100. All right. I'm scrolling down. Scrolling all the way down. I'm scrolling up. Good luck, everybody. Remember, if you're international and you pay for shipping, I'll send it. If you want to pay for shipping, I'll send it. Doesn't matter. DC versus Marvel Amalgamage. Whenever Tom texts me, that's when I will pick. I got to read Tom's text, but I have to make sure it's Tom. Let's see. Ray is absolutely not rigging this giveaway. He's cleaner than a nun's browser history. But the stain is vibrating with felony adjacent energy, and this poor soul is headed straight into the Rice Krispies bowl of death. And their name is Jay Brandt. Jay Brandt. Is Jay Brandt? Jay Brandt, you get put in. How in the crap did that happen? By the way, underneath Jay Brandt, Alan. Oh, Alan. I'm so sorry, buddy. Above Jay Brandt, LP. Oh, shit. So sorry, LP. But Jay Brandt, you got put in, brother. Let me get you in. Jay. Oh, Jay Rant. I don't know why I'm putting a B in there. Jay Rant 08. All right. Sorry, Jay Rant. I was pronouncing your name wrong. I had a B in there for some reason. Forgive my stupidity. But I'm a very stupid person. All right, Jay Brandt, you're in. Or Jay Rant, you're in, brother. You're in. Congratulations. Oh. Let me go back down and see what I missed. Comics and tortillas. Ray, is that hard to get? What hard to get? What did I miss? What did I miss by CNT? Phenomenal AC. I love Phenomenal AC. Smash that like button, guys. Got to smash that like button. Yeah, by the way, Omnibus says David Gabriel's been look. That's terrible, man. That is terrible. Don't tell me anything about the near mint condition poll because I'm watching it as soon as this show's over. As soon as this show's over, I got to go and watch it. I've got to go watch it. Gracie says I love Ed Brubaker. I love Ed Brubaker. I love Greg Rucka. I love them, guys. You know that. Tynan is on my current list. Tynan's on my current list. Jeff Johns, James Tynan, Joshua Williamson. Yeah, current writers. But Tynan's no longer writing for DC, so I love James Tynan. James Tynan might be my favorite current writer, but he's not writing for DC. I love him. But he's doing his own stuff. God bless him. God bless him. I love Joshua Williamson. I should have known that was going to. cause controversy. Ed Brubaker. You guys know Ed Brubaker's on my list. Ed Brubaker is the man. I love Ed Brubaker. In fact, Ed Brubaker replaces Mark Waid. I got it. My all-time greatest, all-time has got to be Johns, Bendis, Hickman, Brubaker. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be, guys. No doubt about it. Let's see. Let me scroll down. I'm gonna do a couple giveaways and I'll get out of here because I just noticed the time. Thunder says, now is the question. Should I get the Omnis or the compendiums first? The omnibus, the Jeff Johns omnibus. Listen, if you are a collected edition collector, I think one of the first books you should buy is Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. It's that good. It is that good. The Jeff Johns omnibus, amazing. It's a great start. However, I'm not going to lie, man. The Green Lantern compendiums are really friggin' good. I haven't completed it yet, but it's mapped different. It's got different books. The Rebirth compendium has all the Emerald Warrior and the Ion stuff in it. Those are not in the omnibus. There's really some great stuff in the compendium. I usually read the Jeff Johns omnibuses every year or once a year. But this year I'll be reading the compendium. So just to let you know. That's what I'll be doing. Hassan says, Ray, do you know there's a collected edition that covers Kyle Rayner's recruitment by all the emotional spectrum Lantern Corps? I watched Comics Explained. It sounds awesome. Ray, I just read Absolute Batman 19 Scarecrow. Thank you, Hassan, for calling it rigged. Still shocked how quickly the DC versus Marvel amalgam Omni went out of stock. Yeah, it's great. Gracie says, got no reading done today, guys. Oh, you got to read every day, brother. Every day. Every day. Love it. Hassam says he looked away. Rigged. No, I didn't look away. I looked to the phone because when Tom texts, there is a thing that comes on. I have to see if it's Tom. Because I don't want to, if my wife's texting me, it does it. Or if MLB has an update, I get MLB notifications. My wife texts me or Tom texts me. That's when I get the notices, or any text at all from anybody. It would come on there. So I have to make sure it's Tom, guys. That's why I look. Let's see. Gandas says we need those shirts. We do need those shirts. We need those shirts. I need to get the price for those shirts. Omni Hoarder says he needs to get in that bowl. I'll put 2 more people in the bowl tonight, and I'll do a giveaway. All right, I promise. I'll do one more random, one more member before we wrap up. All right. I'm seeing a lot of rigs. I'm seeing lots of rigs, but I'm going to ignore them. I will ignore them. Oh, JD says Dennis Camp. Dennis Camp is top tier. CNT says, how you doing, LP? He didn't see you until you didn't win shit. It's nice to give DP and LP some you didn't win shit cred, because they constantly they are 2 that always seem to be in the you didn't win shit pile. By the way, Low Smasher says, that's why I have a reading list. This worked for me and make sure I'm reading each day and constructively. I love it. All right, let's see. Zezzy says, Ray, do you think Batman by James Tynion is a good first omnibus to get? I know it's a bit for. I love it. No, I love James Tynion's Batman. James Tynion Batman run might be my favorite of all time. I love it that much. That's me. I love it that much. However, and the Jorge Jimenez art is great, but so is Tony Danielle. His art starts, their Dark Designs is started by Tony Danielle and Guillaume March, and Jorge Jimenez eventually comes in. But the art, James Tynion's omnibus has, in my opinion, the best art, with the exception of Hush. It's the best Batman. I just think it's great. I think the Fraction art's going to be great because I think Jorge Jimenez might be the best Batman artist ever. Dan Mora's art, if you get Mariko Tamaki's Detective Omnibus, Dan Mora's art's really freaking good. But other than that, it's got to be James Tynion. I love James Tynion's run. I highly, highly recommend James Tynion's. I think you'll love it. And I think it's a great first omnibus to get because their first story, the first arc is their Dark Designs, which I think is one of the best Batman stories of all time. But it also has on there, it has Alfred's funeral. It's got the Punchline. James Tynion writes Punchline and Harley Quinn and Miracle Molly. He writes the female characters so great. I'm telling you, it's just great. Omnihorder says, I was just convinced to buy. Yeah, Omar's right. The Warlord Omnibus is great. Goomba Guy says, I should get them. Yeah, Mariko Tamaki's Omnibus is awesome. Mariko Tamaki's Detective Omnibus is fantastic, guys. I love it. It was one of my favorite reads last year. Mariko Tamaki's Omnibus is great. I loved it. Loved it. Phenomenal AC says, make sure you spell the Phenomenal AC right when you put my name in there. Well, if you win, brother, you're going in. Tom, let's give away a couple more. Here we go, guys. Here's who's going in. We're going to get two more in the drawing. Remember, the drawing's Monday. The drawing is Monday. Friday, I think Friday I'll read everybody in the bowl. I'll read everybody in the bowl Friday so you guys know who's in it. And then Monday, I don't know if I'm gonna register anybody Monday, but I'm definitely doing the drawing Monday for the omnibus. All right? Here we go. Now, Mariko Tamaki is a guy. Mariko Tamaki's a guy. Mariko is a woman, yes. And she's great. All right, here's who's in. Thrill Hill, congratulations, buddy. Thrill Hill, you're going in. Didn't Thrill Hill just become a member? You're in, buddy. Good for you. By the way, can we take a second? Everybody, can we take a second to send a kind thought Marvel Trucker Chris's way? Because Chris went on that long streak of losing, remember? He was on that long streak losing. And then he won. He won twice in like a week. Or three times within a couple weeks or something. And he hasn't won since. No, Mariko Tamaki is a female. She's great. Yeah, no, I love Mariko Tamaki's a woman. I definitely know she's a woman. She's great. All right, let's do another random one. Let's do another random. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm scrolling up to the top. Now I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can look at my phone and see, but it's hard to hold the phone still. I'm getting old. The older I get, the harder it is to keep everything still. By the way, you guys could thank Thunder. He's the reason that we're going late today. Is because he gave that super chat. I love a super chat. Way to go, Thunder. All right, let's go. We're going to keep scrolling until Tom texts. When Tom texts, that's when I just randomly pick someone. That's how it works. There we get to the top. Now I'm going a little slower. I'm going scroll slower this time. Scrolling down. I'm waiting. Tom counts over 25. What? Okay. Tonight's Doom Soul, chosen with absolute zero rigging from Ray, the man so clean he might actually be a lab experiment. But the Saint, the stain has been slithering around the machinery like a gremlin with tenure. And now someone is about to be catapulted, screaming and uninsurable, straight into the Rice Krispies bowl of death. Or sat on by Steve. Always the name is Snap, Crackle, and Pray. The winner's Thunder Flash. Are you? No way. Thunder Flash. Congrats, brother. Congrats, Thunder Flash. By the way, DP. Oh, DP. So sorry. And Gracie Patrick above. Oh. Sorry, guys. You didn't win shit, but Thunder Flash. Thunder, you get in the bowl, brother. Congratulations. Oh, here we go. Here they go. Here they come. Here come the rigs. Sorry, guys. It is not. It's not ah, son of a bitch. Oh, goddamn. Oh. All right, Thunder. Thunder. It might have looked rigged, but it was not rigged. Not rigged at all. Thunder. All right. Thunder Flash, you're going in, brother. Congratulations. You're in. Remember, I'm reading all the names. I'm reading all the names on Friday. All right. Reading all the names on Friday. Thunder Flash spent all his lunch money and it paid off. No, I didn't pick him because he gave a $2 super chat. Come on. It's not riggedy rig. I just random. He won. Chris says blew it again. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, brother. All right, let's do a giveaway. I got another Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes, and I have. Who shall we do? Shall we do a hardcover? All New X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. Oh man. All New X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. This is so good. This is so good. So good. Awesome. I love it. By the way, what is $2? No, $2 is great for me. I think it's great. No, I was just saying that they're somehow implying that your $2 made me rig I'm not rigging any contest for any amount of money. Any amount of money, especially not for $2. All right. So I'm thinking we're going to give away hardcover, all new X-Men Volume 1. That's a Marvel book. And Supergirl and Legion by Mark Waid and Barry Kitts. This was the end of Mark Waid's Legion run when he brought Supergirl in, which the book was really good. It got really good. I liked Mark Waid's run. It was probably my second favorite run after Paul Levitz. Paul Levitz is my all-time favorite. And then it's got to be Mark Waid. It's really good. Love it. All right. So what are we doing? Let's do what do we want to do? We want to do a member for the Marvel book. Marvel hardcover. By the way, this is a $40 book. This is a $40 book going to somebody. This is real. This is oversized goodness. Marvel hardcover. Marvel Deluxe Edition. All right. Going to a member. And then we'll do let's do the random first. We're doing random first, Tom. Random first for Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes. Ready, Tom? Count over 25, under 100. 3, 2, 1. Start going, buddy. Hold on, Tom. I just got a notification. All right, start again. 3, 2, 1. I'm scrolling up. Got a lot of comments today. It's taking a while to scroll up to the top. All right, there we go. Now we're to the top. Now I'm scrolling down. We're scrolling down. All the way to the bottom. And by the way, I will give the random person a choice. I'll give you a choice. On the previously rigged episode of Rigged, one unsuspecting civilian was selected to receive a comic, while another poor bastard walked away with less than nothing. No comic, no consolation prize, not even a participation ribbon, just vibes and disappointment. But tonight, a brand new rando will be chosen by Ray through a process so shady it makes 3-card Monty table look like a church bake sale to receive a comic. And another unfortunate soul will once again win absolutely nothing. Not a coupon, not a sticker, not a crumb of dignity. And the doomed contestant, the rando winner, is Omni Hoarder. Omni Hoarder, you win Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes. But I'm going to give you a choice, Omni Hoarder. I'm giving you a choice. All right? I'm giving you a choice. You can win this book, Omni Hoarder, or I'm going to let you be put into the Rice Krispies cup of death for just a chance to win the DC versus Marvel Amalgamate. I'm giving you the opportunity. I'm giving you the opportunity to choose either winning this Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes paperback or going in the Rice Krispies Cup of Death. It's up to you, Omni Hoarder. If you're still in there, if you are in there, let what you want be known. All right. What do you want? Omni Hoarder, what do you want, brother? It's up to you. It's up to you. Do you want the paperback or do you want to go in the, or do you want to go in the Rice Krispie Bowl? It's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you, brother. Let's see. Is he still in there? Is he gone? Okay, here we go. Omni Hoarder says he'll take the book and live to fight another day. Way to go, Omni Hoarder. You're going to love this book. Omni Hoarder, you win Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes. Way to go, brother. Way to go. I'll tell you what, buddy. This is why it's good, Omni Hoarder, because it's a sure thing. It's, you know what I mean? The bowl is just a chance. You win a for sure book with Supergirl. I agree with your choice. All right, let's do a member. Let's do a member for all new X-Men. All right. Which is great. Although I think that might be the funniest one that might be the funniest text that Tom has written. All right, let's see who's going to win. Who's going to win all new X-Men hardcover? All right, good luck. I'm reaching in. Oh, got a couple of, oh, shit. Hold on. God damn it. All right, here we go. Not wearing shit. Shit. Here we go. These are don't win shit. Here's the winner, by the way. Here's who didn't win shit, okay? By the way, I want to show let me show the didn't win shits from the random. I forgot to do this. Can I still find it? Oh, I can't find Omni Hoarder. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Omni Hoarder. Or sorry, they didn't win shit, guys. All right, here's who didn't win shit. The first one who didn't win shit is Seagulls. Seagulls, you didn't win shit. All right. Sean Rice, you didn't win shit. NF and Dis at Large, you didn't win shit. All right. Rawl, you didn't win shit, brother. And last one, oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Carl, you did not win shit. And the winner is, oh, Pastafarian. Pastafarian, you are the winner. You got all new X-Men. Pastafarian. You got to email me, guys. Email me, chubbyraycomics@gmail.com, and let me know your address so I can send the books out. All right? Pastafarian and Omni Hoarder, you guys are the winners. All right, guys, we have one more. We have, well, two more shows. We have Friday and Saturday. Two more shows left before the drawing, which is going to be, by the way, hold on. Let me get to the comments. Rigged. LP says, Ray, you got to stop the cussing. Sorry. Oh, I didn't win again. Gary says rigged. This must be a joke at this point. No, it's not a joke. Canceling my members. JD, brother, it'll happen. It'll happen, JD. It'll happen. It'll happen, brother. Thrill Hill just joined, and it happened for him. It happened. No, JD, you're not canceling your membership. I congratulate all you guys. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it. It was fun. Listen, all right. There are no show tomorrow because I'm doing my radio show. I'm airing that at night. Okay. Friday, there's ChubbyRay Comics Friday and Saturday. All right. Saturday, I'm going to read all the names. All the names will be read Saturday. Okay. It'll be read Saturday. And then Monday is the big drawing. Adam from Crooks and Bandits Comics is going to join on Friday night. And we're going to have him show his collection, his private collection on Friday night. Awesome. All right. Thunder, Jeff Johns, Green Lantern Omnibus. If I had the money, I'd buy it for you, Thunder, because you can get it. I mean, it's even cheap on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon for like $60. So you can get it. You can get it cheap. Of course, you can find it cheaper in other places. But I would get the Green Lantern Omnibus. If I were you, that's a great place. That's a great place to start. Everybody else, thank you. Dark Patterns is going to be on the ChubbyRay book club. ChubbyRay book club. And that's on free Discord, right, Wes? If that's tied to Patreon, put it on the free side. Also, guys, I'm going to start putting all the names of the winners on the Discord. So you can go to the Discord and find yourself, all right, on there. That way, the guys who need to email me, you'll know that you have to email me, all right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I had a blast. But I have to go because I got to go watch the near mint condition. I've got to go watch the reprint poll. Even though I have most of it, I'm still a nut. I got to watch it. I love those near mint condition poll streams. All right, I will see you guys Friday. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, there is a review of Earth 2. That's coming tomorrow. Friday is Street Heroes, video about the Street Heroes, okay? That's what's coming up video-wise. Members, you'll get those early. And everybody else, we'll see you Friday. Good night, everybody. Love you guys. Thank you so much for making my broadcast so fun and making me so happy. I really appreciate it. Congrats to the winners.